Hey guys, welcome to number 4 of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode, we're currently 6th in the table, unbeaten in the league and unbeaten in the cup, so we're going to find out in this episode who we have in the third round of the Carabao Cup. It's actually quite good as we have got quite a deep squad to be able to play those players and potentially push them onto the first team in the league, but nevertheless, we have got a bit of transfer business to do. If you missed the last episode, make sure you do go back and watch that now, because we are about to go into the contract stage of Kehrer, the centre-back from Schalke. We paid the £8.4 million release clause, and now we're going to go into the contract stage. So currently he has a sporadic team position at Schalke, so I'm going to give him rotation. It's a slightly better option for him, and hopefully he accepts it. So he wants important, which he probably is going to get at the end of the day. He's probably just as good as our current centre-back, so I'm going to accept that and give him important, and especially the amount of games we have over the season, I'm sure he'll get plenty of first-team football. Now, since he is 20 years old, I'm going to give him a 4, I think, because if you give him a 5, sometimes they'll be like, no, we don't want to stay at the club for this long. He might want to just come to Derby, stay here for a couple of seasons, then move on to a bigger club. But yeah, 4, I think he'll accept that. So he's only interested in a 2-year contract at the age of 20. It's very interesting that. Obviously, he clearly wants to move to another club in the league, so we're going to give him 3. I think 3 is perfectly fine. 2 is a little bit too short in my opinion. Into the wage front then, obviously he's currently on 15 grand a week. I think we'll give him a similar amount. We'll give him a 180k signing bonus, and hopefully he can sign that, and we can get this deal wrapped up. That's quite interesting. He's asking for less wage, slightly more signing bonus, but a bonus of 220k after 15 appearances. What I'm going to do is just push that bonus up to 25 games, and then I'll be more than happy to sign that, because he's on cheaper wage, and 25 appearances you'll probably be looking at after January at that point, so we'll get a bit more money in January, I'm sure, from either the cup or selling players that we don't need. And there we go, the deal has been signed, and the player is shaking my hand. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we're getting a good player for a very good price. Obviously we were looking at Anton as well. He doesn't quite have the versatility I'm looking at, plus I think well, we can have a look at his stats now. So comparing him with Alex Pearce, the same rating, it's very interesting to see how different they are, because clearly Kehra's got a lot more pace. It's about 73 or 4, but unfortunately he's only got 67 strength, which isn't amazing, but as he's only 20 years old, I'm sure that will go up. Also, his defending stats are a lot better than Alex Pearce, and he's got 5-star weak foot, so I think as a defender, absolutely fantastic. Only an inch shorter, and very versatile. For the time being, I think we'll leave him on the bench, and obviously he can come in when needed. So as you can see here, Anton, with only 47 acceleration, I wouldn't have wanted to play him at fullback. It just isn't going to go well, to be fairly honest, so I think it was a wise decision going for Kehrer over Anton. But we have got a couple of transfer offers here. First one in for Max Lowe from DC United. We're going to just immediately reject this because he is going to be our future left back. He has actually got a very good potential, so I do want to get that up. We have got a transfer offer here for Bradley Johnson. Now, I think the amount of players that we have moved around, I don't want to do any more players going out in a way, because it wouldn't be the same Derby team. It would be a completely different team, and I don't really like it when people do that with career mode. You kind of have to keep what you got. You can make a few signings. If anything, I've made too many signings. So in the next round of the cup, we do have West Bromwich Albion, another Premier League side, and another opportunity to play at a actual licensed stadium. Obviously the Hawthorns, it is quite a packed area as well. There's Ipswich, Bristol, and then obviously West Brom jam-packed in the middle there. Into the game then against Sheffield United. Obviously we lost 3-1 in this just before the international break, so there's no need to rest any players really. But at the same time, I would be kind of tempted to give Kehrer his debut, but I might do that off the bench later on in the game when players are a little bit unfit. Here's the Sheffield United team then for today's game. It's a very interesting lineup. Obviously the 5 at the back with the 3 in midfield and the 2 up front. Obviously we lost 3-1 in real life, so it's going to be interesting to see how we do in comparison on the game. They have got Billy Sharp and Donaldson up front, obviously a very good strike force. Jonathan Fleck and Lundstrom just running the midfield, and Stevens and Baldock as their wing backs. It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously there's Richard Stearman in there as well. I think in the middle of that defence, it's incredible his career, because he was Mr. Wolves for so long, went to Fulham, didn't go so well, went back to Wolves on loan, and now his career's kind of over, because it's not really gone too well for him. So yeah, let's go into the game and hopefully get the victory away from home just before the international break.
Completed, really.
Poor pass here from Keogh. It's gone into Billy Sharp. They've hit the post early on. Very lucky not to be 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes again. like we did against Preston, I think it was. Ball through for Billy Sharp again, and he's found the back of the net this time. Not the start we were looking for against Sheffield United. We really haven't got a chance to put the foot on the ball, and they've got the 1-0 lead already. Good ball here to Wisdom. Have we got one in the box though? Kieftenblad's there. He's at the crossbar. Still in the box though, and it's clear. Ball out here to Donaldson into. Oh, Duffy scored. I thought it was Billy Sharp, but it was Donaldson. Then into Duffy, and it's 2-0 now. We really haven't kicked off this game against Sheffield United well, like we did in real life, really. It's very similar to that performance. There it is, half-time against Sheffield United. A really quick first half, in fairness. We're going to have to do a lot to come back into it, and I think we do need to make a half-time substitution. Just get someone a little bit more mobile in the midfield. I think Kieftenbeld just not quite... Kieftenbeld, not Kieftenbled, as I keep saying. We need someone else in there. Martin here, and he scored the goal. I literally just took him off as well. We were going to sub on Winnell, so let me just quickly take him off before the substitution does happen. We are bringing on Vyman out wide for Ibe. He's looking a bit low on fitness. I do kind of want to bring Winnell on though, but I think we'll wait a couple of minutes and then maybe bring him on. But we're back in this game now, 2-1. Chris Martin, first goal of the season. He's done well in terms of assisting, but that is his first goal this year. Ball through here for Martin. Got a few men in the box as well. Going in with the header. Go on, you fucking yes. We've done it. We've got back. I was just so annoyed when that didn't hit the back of the net from the header. I was like, fucking go in. We did it. We managed to pull it back. I'm going to make a few changes to our shape because, well, yeah, that's what it is. Kieran Freeman coming on, another Derby County man. Obviously trying to stop that defensive problem they have at the moment. But we still have a chance to win it here if we can get a good throw of the dice. Out wide here to Vyman. Can he get the goal? Vyman. We've done it. We've done the ultimate comeback. 2-0 down, going into the second half. 3-2. You really can't deny how well we've done to pull this back. But it's incredible how Sheffield United kind of, I don't know, they got the 2-0 lead and then they just didn't push on. And it kind of just shows how momentum is a massive factor. We got that goal in the 60th minute and yeah, we've got the winner there, I'm pretty sure. And there it is, full time against Sheffield United. A fantastic comeback after being 2-0 down early on in the first 15 minutes. 30 minutes, sorry. I thought they were the 2 goals, but clearly Duffy scored in the 30th. And then in the 60th, we replied and got us back into the game. We probably did deserve it in the end. They slightly had more possession, but Chris Martin again, doing a very good job. In the end, I did put him at CDM, as he is quite a big, bulky player. Nugent as well has been really important to getting us results. Loan offer here from Middlesbrough from Max Lowe. Clearly, a lot of people are interested in, so clearly we should be playing him. I'm going to reject that again and probably put him into the first team for the rest of the season. We have had an international management offer from New Zealand. I don't think I really want to do it because it's just incredibly boring. There's no differences. I've tried it on the beta and it's a real shame, especially when it's a World Cup year. Surely you'd want to put something into it. As you can see there, Adam Lallana has joined AC Milan, a bit of a weird transfer, but as you can see, we are in deadline day now, and we've just got a message, so let me just quickly check what that is. It's a transfer offer for Craig Forsyth. Now, in theory, we could accept this, but as he's only on 12 months left, I may as well just let his contract run out. Like, 600k really isn't too much to me. And if Max Lowe does get injured, we kind of buggered, but at the same time we have got what's his face in Kera, who can do a decent job there. So a few players that you guys did suggest in the last episode. I was looking for an attacking midfielder, just someone to sit in behind the striker when Vidra just isn't quite performing, but at the moment he's doing a decent job. But I feel we do need to strengthen in that area. That's about the only area really. And somebody with skills. Like, I was looking for someone, because at the moment we've only got 3-star skillers. These are 4-star and this guy's a 5-star. Problem is with this guy, he's more naturally out wide. So I think at the moment, as we really don't know too much about him, I don't know his rating, I don't know what kind of pace he's got, I think we'll go for one of these two, as we do have a release clause and we can just quickly wrap up the deal. I think out of the two, just because I know Baluli a little bit more, I know he's quite a bulky player, he's essentially, he came from Lyon, so he's got that style of Fekir, Lacazette and that Benzia, I think that guy as well. So we're going to go activate his release clause. I think only 4.8 million for a 22-year-old. That's a really cheap price. So we can go into the negotiation stage now and bring in our second player, hopefully in this episode. So it'll be interesting to see if he does accept a rotation role, because in a way I want to give him the first team position. But at the same time, I'd like to leave Vidra there because he's doing such a nice job. Didn't do too well in the last game, so that's what I'm bringing Baluli in for, because if Vidra does ever drop, we've always got that option. He does obviously want important as plays for a top division team in the French league. If he's coming down to the Championship, realistically he wants to play first team football. 4-year contract, I'm pretty happy with that. There's no problem there. I'm going to disregard the release clause. It would have been interesting maybe to put one on him, but I feel that they're just not clever. They're not really that clever to do release clauses, because you could just lose your player like that when you really need him, and the money just really isn't that important to you. So we don't know what his current wage is. That's the only problem. So I'm going to go... Well, Jordan Ibe was on 27. So I think we'll go around 18k and give him a 200k signing on bonus. Hopefully they don't get offended by this. That's the only issue, as I don't know his current wage. But hopefully they do accept that. So we were pretty close. We're only 1,000 off on the wage and a little bit off the signing on bonus. What I'm going to do is just remove that bonus and see if he accepts that, because I'd be more than happy with that deal. So as it is deadline day, they are starting to be a bit more difficult to negotiate with. That's why you do want to do your business early on. But I think we do need to bring in a centre attacking midfielder. And he's going to need some time to consider this offer. That's interesting. I've not had that before. So we literally have deadline day to decide. It's going to be interesting to see if we do actually get him or not. Obviously, we can do a deal in literally an hour, so we could bring in Pozo if this deal doesn't work out. The contract offer was unacceptable. I literally offered them 10 grand less signing on bonus, and they're just going, you know what, we want that extra bit of money. So I think it's worth not negotiating and just accepting him, because we don't want to lose him. I think he's a really good player, and he's that kind of player we need in this squad. So bringing in another signing, that puts it on to 5 this season. And I think that's a fair amount. We sold... How many can you see where you've lost players? So there you go. We got rid of Anya, Baird, Shackle, Bent and Olsen, making around 3 mil. And then bringing in Kieften Beld, Ibe, Breton, Kera and Baluli. I think it's Baluli and not Balui. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm really happy with the signing of him. Obviously, when Vidra doesn't perform, we can bring him in. Let's just have a quick see in who are the biggest spenders so far. It's Aston Villa with 12 mil. Us with 18, of course. That's pretty obvious. We're going to be one of the top earners, because it's quite incredible how little business. Obviously, all the transfers have technically been done. Preston selling at least 7.5 million worth of players. Insua going to Reading. But yeah, there's not a lot of business being done. Aston Villa being the big spenders, of course. Baluli getting the number 8 shirt, as you can see there. And I think that's a good way to end off this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy episode 4 of the Derby career mode. Made a couple of signings, really big signings actually. I think we spent the most on deadline day. And yeah, make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And see you soon. Bye.